the schools, all the employees, all the parents. I think Superintendent Beater said if 100 families per school voted, then it would pass. Thank you for coming out. So more to come on that. Just a couple, since I still have the floor, a couple of announcements. Catalina, they are coming back today, for those of you who have upper grade students. The winds have died down, so around 4 o'clock, the bus should be pulling up if all goes well. Spring break next week. When we come back, it is Spirit Week, and so you should have received one of these. The Monday, when we return, is Movie Monday, which is dressed like your favorite movie, animal, or cartoon character, movie or TV show. A book as well. Tuesday is Twin Day, Wednesday Crazy Hair Day, Thursday Pajama Day, and Friday is Spirit Day, wear your rich looking gear. And then also another big announcement. So our board member, Mr. Nick Melvoin, wants to come on May 3rd, right after drop-off. So it'll be like right around this time, around 8:30, to address you guys. I'm guessing it has a lot to do with Measure EE, but this might be a good time to also catch his ear and like, oh, by the way, like, how's that French middle school proposal going, or how's, you know, just to get his ear on, like, and make sure that you guys are wanting that. So please plan on coming to that. I will again publicize that, let you guys know more. But it's Friday, May 3rd, right after drop-off. So we'll say like 8:30 in the parents' center. Okay. All right. I'll be around for any questions you may have.
So inside your packet, you all have the March 31st financial, and it's kind of, daunting to go over it now with the information that we just received. But we knew that we had a heads up that we were going to be losing the $30,000. Anyway, we had a great giving campaign this year, and the walkathon is doing great. So if you go to page 12, you'll see the forecast, which is one of the things that we go over every month, about where we are with cash, where we need to be. We always fund for the following year. So if you look at the forecast, you can see that even with the $30,000 that we're going to lose next year, we're still have $700 of an overage. So that's great. I mean, we're right on budget. Everything's great for next year. But the following year is really going to be difficult. So we're going to really have to ramp up, our fundraisers. And I mean, hopefully all of you can get involved in the fundraising committee because it's really important. Giving campaign is going to be huge. Jen?
I'm looking for a partner. I'm working on it. We have some leads.
Okay.
Talking through it.
And the walkathon, again, it's another one of our big fundraisers. We do a lot of small fundraisers throughout the year, but mostly those are just social engagement, to get the families together. But giving campaign and walkathon are the big ones. And like I said earlier, we don't want to keep asking you guys for money. We really want to go outside of our community and ask people that have money, not that we don't have money, but go outside to corporations that can give us $10,000, $20,000. So that's what the fundraising committee is really geared towards, getting money from somebody else. But if that doesn't work, then we will be put in a position where we'll either ask you guys or we will lose some of the perks that we have now.
We did, just so you guys know, in some of the welcome letters that we sent out to the incoming families, it is now thought of as standard practice at the school that there really is, without putting a gauntlet out, there is an expectation that everyone participate in the giving campaign. As $1,500 is really what we are having expectations of each family to give. We know that it's not easy for everybody to do that, but with a monthly donation, it is really, it becomes just part of your life. And when Mr. G talks about all these things that we're going to be losing from the district, when I think about supplies like that's I know that wouldn't TA, all of these things. So many of these families are coming off of preschool, and for us it's been a few years from preschool, but we think about how much we used to pay per month for preschool. That $150 a month feels like, okay, yeah, I can find that in my budget. So we're trying to make that without putting a gauntlet down, without guilting anyone into it, without putting anyone in a position where they obviously can't put food on their table versus donating money to the school. We do want to level set that there is an expectation. Public school is no longer free. And in order to have the education that we're having here in this environment here, there is some contribution that needs to be made from each family.
And I think, we've done such a good job of like stretching our dollars for the past couple of years that we've been able to maintain relatively the same level.
Yeah.
But, I mean, an extra $100,000 to make up, that's a big task. And we haven't really lost anything yet, so parents are probably like, we'll be okay, we haven't lost anything, but we are losing a TA next year. And if we lose orchestra, we lose the French-speaking TAs, we lose Sandrine, no more school beautification, no more plans for a soccer field, like all that stuff's gonna go out the window, and then it's gonna be like, whoa. So it's really important. Next year's gonna be a big year.
Right, so we need to focus on that. Okay, so, any questions about kind of skimmed over the financial, didn't even address it like we usually do, but any question about the financial or the
I
forecast
have a
for next
question.
year?
I don't know if you have run the numbers, but to make up for those, for the 100,000, which is for 2021, correct?
2021.
2021. Is there maybe a higher bar for the giving campaign? It should be like an expectation of maybe say 1,500. 1,500.
You know,
Is there a number like a?
we've talked about that. I have run a lot of analysis on it, and the truth of the matter is, when we set the bar at 1,500, the average family is still only giving 750. And so to raise the bar to 2,000, and we can talk offline and in a group form, I am afraid we will even turn off those that are even giving the 1,000 that they can give if we raise the bar to 2,000. So I think 1,500 for us at this rate at this point is a good starting point. I am gonna do my best to encourage, and I ask all of you to encourage everyone to at least try to achieve that as best as you can, because I think the higher you set it, the more I'm worried we'll turn people off. And I'm also setting the expectation of 1,500 is the goal. If you have more, please, give a little bit more, even if it's just a couple $100 more. If you can give 1,800, that's great. If you can give 2,000, that's great. We would take, obviously any of it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And also I've heard from other people that you're asking for 1,500 now, you're gonna go up to 2,500, but we're not gonna get anything more. We're still getting exactly the same thing, so how can I justify it? So our goal, like I mentioned, isn't to get more money from you. We may have to revert back to that, but our goal isn't to get more money from you. Our goal is to get money from outside sources, but it can only happen with help and help from all of you parents, the fundraising committee, corporate sponsorship. I mean, honestly, we need help. Okay, so, moving on. So, page 13 this is the proposed budget for next year. And, the bottom line, it's the middle column, it's, bolded. Oh, you have a question?
So this is for 2021, and it's gonna be for all the years after, because the school is doing so great, so we're using the budget?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, once you lose Title I funding, you're not gonna get it back.
Yes.
I mean, you potentially could, but it's really hard. Like right now, we need to get over 50%, we're like at 47 point something. So it's possible, but most likely next year we'll have more non-Title I families coming in than Title I families. So in order to kind of catch up, it's gonna be pretty hard.
Yeah, so, Measure EE, corporate
Yes.
sponsors, okay, so page 13 is the proposed budget for next year, which is 1920. The bottom, we're gonna go over this, but right now, the bottom line number is 159,000, and we do have that, already funded through this year. Like I said, we always fund for the following year. So this 159 is already funded, we have the money, we have this money. So that's not an issue. I mean, it's always an issue, but that's not my question today. My question today is, we need to look at each line item and, are we all in agreement with it? And we don't need to decide today, we're gonna vote on it at the May meeting. But I really ask you guys to take a look at it, and these are the amounts that came from Mr. G and from all of us parents who have, worked the last couple of years to come up with the numbers. But you guys need to look at it and let us know if there's anything that needs to be increased, decreased, removed, added. And it's not like we can just do it. I mean, we absolutely have to vote on everything, but right now this is the proposed budget, and I want you guys to really take a look at it. Yes?
Just a quick question, so Mr. G was saying that we're losing a teacher's aide, but then on here it says that we're adding 2 teachers aides.
We're paying for it.
Booster is funding,
He
so
Oh, okay.
lost a TA, we're picking it up.
in the past, from my budgets, I was able to fund a TA in addition to what Booster was funding, but now we will not be able to.
Wait, so we are losing an aide?
Yes,
Like we have to
No, but we are in
Yes.
for,
we're gonna have to let one of raise.
So
But I thought you
they had funded, I don't know, the four TAs last year, we're funding 3 TAs this year.
I see.
Can we not make up the one TA that's leaving?
That would be another $18,000.
So, I mean, that's.
So if walk-a-thon,
We got 700, right?
So, I mean, that,
17,300. But
That-
if we bring in 17,300, we can slide
and that's
Mr.
something
G.
like starting, at the giving campaign next school year, possibly, depending how well the giving campaign does. But then also remember, like, we have to be able to like fund that, and we also have to start like banking, like, large chunks of money for the next school year.
So in order to keep the aide for next year, we would have to come up with 18 grand between now and,
Tomorrow.
oh,
Because in order, so
We've
the,
already paid for
yeah, so
it.
the district will not.
Pull out the credit
In order
cards.
to have someone here like on day 1, like August 20th to start the school year, like they have to, like, the funds have to be in there now, okay? So if we raise